I request the ALS plan from the fire chief, which I conveyed to the fire chief. I don't know any, where are we? Pardon?
I have it.
Oh, you do? Okay. So, you want to just pass it out, or?
I didn't make copies, it's a very thick document.
Oh,
I do have it electronically in my pocket, I can give you a thumb drive of it. but-
Holly, can you send it to us?
let's do it that way, so we don't have to consume trees. Okay, good. All right.
Green fire department, right.
What was that?
He says you can be a green fire department. With red trucks.
Good one.
It's like Christmas.
All right,
That concludes.
okay, let's go on to,
Mr. Chairman,
yes, sir.
if I may ask a question. Back to more public roads and bigger Chapter 90 funding. Has anybody considered the flip side, which would be the added cost of having more roads? Because usually you grow anything, it's like government, more employees, more insurance, more retirement, more this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna add X amount of miles of roads to get, say, $50,000 more in Chapter 90 money, what's the cost gonna be to maintain those roads and things? That's just,
Well, I think that the
We're
question
already
is
maintaining them.
premature.
Yeah, we're maintaining them already.
There is no concrete proposal to do that.
I'm just asking if that's been considered.
Yes.
That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
you know, I
Yes,
don't,
I did.
you consider
But again,
it,
I'm not a highway person, and
But-
it's a matter of, these are roads that should have, not private ways. That, again, I wanted to clarify what Bob was saying. There's two different discussions for me that have been ongoing about that because residents are approaching me. And it was more, as I had been talking to Bud about things like, what do we do about this? I had a meeting with Ann Goby's aide, but these are roads that, like Cook Pond, at some point were supposed to have gone to town meeting and been accepted, and whose ever job that was, or it just fell down. I mean, we're still plowing, we're still sanding, but I mean, that should have been done and it didn't, so where's the cutoff for the town's obligations also? But I'm not even at that point. I really just wanted to know, I mean, this has been, what, a 6-month discussion now? Where he stood with that. And the last time I talked to him was a bit ago, and he goes, I'm still doing some research on that. So I just kind of want to see where we're at, but of course it's added cost.
Well,
But again, when they
that's
fall
not-
into
but that's
disrepair,
not our
what do we
decision
do?
to make. Our function is to, if we feel it's worthwhile, put it before town meeting.
Right.
Town meeting will make that decision,
But I'm
whether
not
it's
there.
worthwhile or not us.
I just asked if that was in the consideration, because it is a two-way thing. You don't wanna get too little money and then the maintenance cost is more than what you gain.
Right, but when homeowners think that their road was supposed to have been, like, well, what happens when the big huge sinkhole comes? Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't accept your roadway. That's not fair. I mean, on a private way, that's a completely different story. But like I said, we're not at that point, but you're right. You have to look at all of it. And again, that's a town, it will become that.
All right, minutes of November 2nd.
Right, hold on. I did read all these.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes from November 2nd, 2016.
I second that.
15, sorry.
Moved and seconded to accept the minutes of November 2nd. Any discussion? Hearing none. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
I'll vote yes, that's unanimous. November 10th.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of Monday, November 10th, 2015,
As written.
as written, sorry, yes.
All right.
Yeah, second,
Second, moved and seconded. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
yes.
Julie?
I just had one question on it. Discuss the job descriptions Bob presented. It said that it would come on to the first meeting in December, which it did, and then it got tabled. So I would just like to see the job descriptions for the Selectmen's office be put on the agenda for next meeting.
Well, they're not gonna, we've had them on
Would
the
you-
agenda 3 times, and they're not coming back until we're ready to take an action on them.
Okay. I'm just asking that they be put on next
Yeah.
meeting's agenda to discuss.
No, they won't come back on the
Okay.
agenda. until we have something concrete to act on.
Okay.
All right. We had 2 yeses.
Yep.
Your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, it's unanimous. November 23rd, 2015.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of Monday, November 23rd, 2015, as written.
Second.
Moved and seconded, November 13th. Any questions, any comments? Hearing none. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
I vote yes, it's unanimous. Minutes of December 7th, 2015.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of Monday, December 7th, 2015, as written.
Second.
All right. Moved and seconded to approve. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
I vote yes. That's unanimous. And then lastly, we have minutes of January 11th of this year.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of Monday, January 11th, 2016, as written.
Second.
All right, moved and seconded to approve January 11th. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
No.
And I will vote yes. So we have 3 in favor, 1 opposed. Appointment of Virginia Strahan as COA Activities Coordinator. Diana, you want to?
Yep. Sorry.
Yes. As you may or may not know, Diane Lanford left us for personal reasons, and I'd like to fill the position with Virginia Strahan. She's lived in town all of her life, left town for a while for her career, and she's back now, been back for some time. I think she'd be a dynamite fit. She has lots of experience in journalism. She's gonna do great things with our newsletter, and she has lots of grand ideas for activities and the newsletter, and here she is.
All right.
Chairman,
Yes.
I met Virginia last week, talked with her, and recommended this appointment.
All right. Anyone else have any questions or comments? If not, we have a motion to approve.
So moved?
Second.
Moved and second to approve Virginia Strahan as COA Activities Coordinator. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
I will vote yes. That's unanimous.
Welcome.
Welcome. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay, next thing on the agenda is Bill Chapman discussion.
Yep, that would be me and Julie asked also. So a couple of weeks ago, Officer Chapman lost his lock home, everything in a fire, including animals, kennel. He's a K-9 officer and works with our community also very closely. I've not worked with him a lot, but he's also helped us in the real estate community, and they've started a couple of funds, and I just had kind of wanted to know how we could help the police department and employees support Officer Chapman and his family. They're doing gift card drives, cash donations, there's online giving, a wishing tree, meal deliveries. I mean, again, they lost everything and more. So I just wasn't sure. I don't want to duplicate effort. I just really, we work so closely with Phillipston. He grew up here. So I just wanted to know how we could help with that, or could Holly send out an email to everyone, or if there's something specific, Chief, that was needed?
Right now, pretty much the GoFundMe page, that's the major,
Okay.
and that's if, I would recommend that if anybody wanted to donate, they go to his GoFundMe page, make donation. As of right now, it's at $51,680. They reached a goal of 50. They actually increased that to 75. Like you said, he lost everything.
Everything.
Absolutely everything. All his uniforms, his gun safe melted to the floor, his car outside melted. He lost Dozer, which was his son's dog. Officer Chapman's bloodhounds are now becoming famous across the United States. They're getting shipped out to LA County for the Sheriff's Department now. He's actually gonna have a fundraiser for his canine program down at the Otter River Sportsman's Club at the end of January. My officers put together a fundraiser at the PACC on February 27th. That's $10 per person to go to that fundraiser. We have 300 tickets. I'm not quite sure how much are left. They're going quick. So we also have that going on. Like I said, that's February 27th. So if anybody did want to donate, I would strongly recommend that you go to the GoFundMe page.
If I send you a link, Holly, could you send that out?
Mm-hmm.
What about clothing for their kids or anything else like that?
He's getting a lot of donations from
Okay.
family and friends. A little bit's overwhelming right now because he's trying to work at the same time, and plus his canine stuff, plus the house, plus the insurance. When I spoke to him last week, he had just spoken to the insurance company, so he's starting the whole process with getting the insurance reimbursement. So,
Okay. Great, thank you.
welcome.
All right. Okay, Crown Castle modifications, this is something that we had spoken about previously?
Yeah, there's no change to the lease itself. They're changing out old equipment and replacing it with newer equipment, and they need Board of Selectmen's approval. Nothing really that will affect the town.
So,
You have this, everybody have this
yeah,
document in front of them?
yeah, we got it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So, this says consent for modification, but it's actually the lease agreement, like, so what would we be
No,
making?
the lease
out?
agreement stays in effect.
Okay, so.
You have to give your consent for
the
them to
modification. Okay.
modify the equipment there.
So I make a motion to approve the modification to the equipment for the lease between the Town of Templeton and Crown Atlantic Company LLC, with the lease that was dated October 9th, 2009, as written.
You authorize me to sign on behalf.
And I authorize and to approve for the chairman of the board to sign the consent. Sorry.
Second. All right. There's a motion on the floor to approve the consent for modification. Any other questions? Any other comments? Hearing none. Diane?
Yes.
Doug? Yes. Julie?
Yes.
And I will vote yes. Okay, we're at the end of the agenda here. Before we take a vote to go into executive session, does anyone have any comments they'd like to make? Diane?
Yeah. I have a couple of things more to ask. Could we please put something on the next agenda for central purchasing and the creation of that?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
thank you.
that would
And then
be a
I can
worthwhile
discuss more
discussion, yeah.
of it, yes. And can I also have an accrued sick time number to go on, so that we know we need to budget for that?
I'm sorry, said.
Accrued sick time.
Accrued sick by everybody? Or,
Well, there are some people who could retire in the next
Yeah.
year
No,
or
I'm just curious what it is that
yes,
you're looking
so
for.
I'm concerned that we have a lot of accrued sick time, and somebody will go, hi, I'd like to retire, and we don't have the funds to do that. And I looked through the budget, but I did not see
not-
that on there.
I've requested it from the treasurer collector.
Okay, thank you.
So it's in process, and we should have
okay.
it for the next meeting.
And I think that's all for now. I have a bunch of notes, but that's good for me.
Doug?
No, I don't really have anything.
Julie?
I'd like it to go on the agenda for next month to discuss whether or not we're gonna start reviewing to do a full-time town administrator or not.
Yeah, that we have to broach that subject. All right. And just an observation from the MMA conference, in speaking with people in the financial community, including DOR, from Vader, and the auditor, whatever, I think we've turned a corner. People seem to be appreciative and aware of the fact that we've done a lot of work to getting the ship on the right course. So that was a nice feeling.
Good.
So with that, I gotta find my. Okay, we will vote to go into executive session, and the board will not reconvene after open session, in open session, after the executive session has adjourned. Per Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21.3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and as chair, I so declare. We have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All right. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
I will vote yes. We will go into executive session. We're going to take a short break,
Julie,
and
if I can have this, I'll copies for everybody.
Oh, great.